Hey everyone, PC Casual Gaming Dad here, and I'm back, and today I'm making a Diablo 2 Resurrected video, and I haven't made one of these in a while. Truthfully, I haven't played Diablo 2 Resurrected in a few months, actually since like late November, but I did leading a little bit up to the first ladder, and well, I decided to make Barbarian, and with the goal of playing a throw barb. I was very, very interested in the changes they made in patch 2.4 regarding throw mastery and how throwing works, and it seemed like a lot of fun. So that was my first character. I started off as a more of a Zerker type barb. I kind of had my points all over the place, but anyways, I thought I'd share a budget build, and I really do mean budget because what I'm going to show you is stuff that really isn't very expensive. You could get everything that I had here for an rune or less, right? Depending on, you know, your trades and whatnot. So I did do a little bit of trading, right? But it really wasn't that hard to do, I felt. There's lots of different discords you can go on. I'm on a couple of different ones, and I was able to do that, do a few in-game trades, and that combined with finding some stuff, I was good to go. So first I'll show you the skills, which are very straightforward, right? We'll start with combat. I get 1 point for leap, just to have mobility. You need 1 ambassador's prereq for double swing and double throw. Obviously you max out double throw and double swing for its synergy with double throw. I eventually put 1 point into frenzy just because you can use it against regular mobs just to kind of speed you up a little bit, both your run walk speed and your attack speed, which lasts for 6 seconds, right? Increases your damage a bit. The only issue is that because you're not have this maxed out, and because you have throw mastery maxed out, spoiler, right? It's obviously your attack rating is really low. So that's the only thing. With frenzy, your attack rating is going to be significantly lower than with your double throw. So that's my only thing with it. I still have a point in it because I think it's worthwhile. I think it's a good 1 point wonder of sorts. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of the downside here. If you really want to do frenzy, I think you're going to have to do frenzy separately. And you should definitely max out double swing, which obviously I did, and you should max out taunt as well, just because you'll get that extra damage. And then from there, if you just use weapon, like, probably axes or swords, then you'll get a lot more attack rating from that as well. So I'm kind of missing out on that. But then we max out throwing mastery 1, 1, 1, 1. These are all 1 point wonders, of course. And then, like every barb does, you max out battle orders, because for the longest time while I was leveling, I was leeching off people, and truthfully, all I was doing for them was, well, all I was offering was battle orders. I really couldn't do any damage. That's one of the downsides to melee builds, is you need attack rating and you need decent weapon. And eventually I did get a weapon, and I'll show it to you, right? But I just bought 1, 1, 1, 1. I even had, before I respec'd, a few points wasted. I was thinking about doing Warcry. I ultimately decided not to, right? So what I was doing was I just had battle orders maxed out, and then I'd find item and a bunch of points into find potion, a bunch of points into find item, and I had about 70% chance, Now with my spears, my 2+3s, I get up to 50, especially after battle command, right? So right now I have 50, so it's quite a bit less. But with each level I get now, I'm just putting points. You can see how I have 3 base points. Each point is going to go into here. So hopefully I'll get a few percentage points more, although not that much more. So this is not the best type of build if you want to have like that 70+% chance and find item. It's probably going to be the Zerker Barb. It's probably going to be better with that. But regardless, that's pretty much the skills that I have laying out. I'll show you my stuff that I had equipped. But I have a little bit better stuff now, mainly because I'm playing with people and they gave me some stuff. So one of my friends that I play with, he gave me this. So I've been using this Most of the time, up until recently, just yesterday, I did find a Shaco, which is a best in slot for me for MFing. So I'm currently using that. But I just wanted to show again the budget stuff, right? Because this is not worth that much. I just found this magical amulet. That's what I've been using. For the longest time, I had a stealth. I found this recently, right? But this is fine because it has plus 2 skills, a little bit more armor, and cannot be frozen. The main thing, Gimme, cannot be frozen. You absolutely must have something with cannot be frozen on throw bar, because I'm telling you, you will throw very, very slowly. It will punish you way, way too much, right? And I found a 19 Nagel ring pretty early on, and then I was just using some other AR resist rings until recently I found another Nagel, which has a little AR, so that's what's nice about it. But ideally, one of these would be a Raven Frost, you know, when I'm not MFing. I did find Saigon sets, and you can see the 3-piece bonus is not bad. I get 50 MF here, I get a little AR, I get some lifesteal. Here I get 30 IAS, which is relevant. You want IAS on your weapons, right? And, you know, if it wasn't for this is pretty budget, right? The Saigon set, just 3 pieces. I highly recommend using these 3. You'll get a little bit of resist here, right? You get fire, cold, you get lifesteal, which is also helpful and relevant, you know. Now you might think here, I have these 2 items, right? These have been pretty universally accepted after testing as being the 2 best throwing items combined together. The Lacerator, of course, this is not ethereal. It would have been way more expensive if it was. I don't have that yet. It has a 33% chance to cast amp damage. So that's what makes it extremely relevant. It's got very fast attack speed, the 30 IS. Open wounds, prevent monster heal, very, very important. And some people might find it annoying, but it has the 50% chance for monster flee. But it's actually really, really relevant because a lot of times you get swarmed by guys and you just tick, tick, tick on them and you can make them run away from you. So when you're a throw barb, you want to keep them off you. That's what you utilize it for. And then Warstrike also has the very, very high fast attack speed, another 30 IS, 50% piercing attack, right? And replenishes quantity. Did I mention this replenishes quantity? And it has 50% deadly strike. So you might think, well, how does it work? So for those of you who maybe haven't seen how they've reworked Throw Mastery, I'll just come back here really quick. So all the masteries have a chance of critical strike, so this has that 30% chance. And look, I've only got +2 right now. Of course, with my Shaco on there, it's more than that, a little bit more, but 47% chance to pierce. In addition, with your Warstrike, you obviously are going to pierce more often. And then it has a 50% chance to not consume quantity, right? And it replenishes quantity on critical strike. So really, truly, like I know some people were using like other ways to pierce. You know, there's the new helmet rune word with 3 sockets, and then there's Razor Tail, the belt. I can confirm you absolutely don't need either of those if you're using Throw Mastery and Warstrike. I'm telling you right now, that with the replenishes quantity, I never even got close to running out of quantity. So completely unnecessary, which is great, you know. Essentially, it means that as long as you have some additional deadly strike, right, in this case the Warstrike, you don't need any of those additional things, even for the piercing, right? I'm not even using High Lords. I do have a High Lords. I recently got it, but again, I'm not using it. That'll be for when I kill things. But I'm telling you that I am the only one in my group of 5 different people that I play with, excluding me, that can kill Diablo Clone. And I can prove to you that I have an Annihilus, and I have another one too. And, well, I put it on, I made a level 1 Paladin. I haven't played him yet, but I put it on that Paladin. So I have 2 Annihiluses already. I have killed Diablo Clone at least half a dozen times because I helped others kill him, you know. You can see here my charms are really nothing special to write home about. This is not bad. You know, I went for AR max damage. This one's not bad. 10 max damage, that's quite a bit, right? So other than my Annihilus, my charms are nothing special. I'll show you other stuff that, for example, I didn't find this. Someone else did and gave it to me, right, to utilize because they don't use it. So when I fought Diablo Clone, I did put this on. This helps a little bit. The extra deadly strike, Again, the crushing blow, so that's helpful. But I literally used this set of gear with Go Riders, and then I would fill up my entire inventory with a little bit extra charms. But again, I don't have anything that crazy, you know, a little extra life, a little extra dex. Yeah, there's Gimmer Shred. If you don't have one of these two, then use this. But I'm going to tell you that I traded a for the Lacerator and a Foul for the Warstrike. So, you know, people were asking for more, but then I went to them and said, hey, would you be willing to do this? And they said yes. So, like, these were not expensive. Not at all. So none of this is expensive. So I'm telling you that you can function well. Now, can you do much more than Players 3 content in Hell mode? Not really. You can't. Because these aren't ethereal, and I don't have enough plus the skills, enough AR, and max damage. I don't have enough of that. Okay. So it's just not going to work. But soloing and whatnot in Hell mode works just fine, and you can play, and it's fun. So here's that High Lords, right? So next time, if I kill Diablo, if I want to plan to kill Ubers, I put a Gim's face here, maybe a Duress, throw this on, throw Go Riders on, and if I get ethereal of these, I should be able to kill Ubers. I should be able to. I really don't see why I won't be able to. So I also have a T-Gods that I found. So T-Gods would be helpful for that as well. But you can see here, I haven't found anything that notable or that crazy to write home about. I mean, the Shaco's one of the better finds. Otherwise, you know, so this is what I used at first when I was doing Berserker. It's pretty good. It's not a bad rune word, I'll say, but it still just wasn't enough, you know. So, and I really wanted to play, you know, the throw barb. So I'm trying to think. I'll show you my stats, right? I put just enough into strength to use my items. My goal is to get Enigma. Actually, I did find a low rune. That's the highest rune I found since D2R came on. I've only found an Ohm besides that. So I'm trying to save up for Enigma, right? You can see my damage. It's nothing that crazy. My attack rating will go up to about 10,000 once I put the Shaco on and I do my shouts. You can see how much less it is here for the Frenzy. Defense is nothing to write home about. My life goes up quite a bit with the Shaco, but either way with the battle orders, it doubles. I decided I put 200 base into Vitality. You can certainly put more. You can just put the base amount into Dex, right? Which is here it's 122 and here it's 142 to utilize your weapons. But personally, I wanted more damage. I wasn't as concerned about my life. Right now, with my Shaco and my battle orders on, I have 2,500 life. I think that that's pretty solid. It'll probably go up a little bit more with better gear. I'll probably get closer to 3,000. I'd rather focus on just high dex. And if I can get a really low strength Enigma, then eventually, then I won't even really have to put almost anything. If I have that in a torch and Nas in a torch, I won't have to put anything to strength, so I can just dump it all right here into dex. Ideally, I'd be able to get like at least like 300 plus dex. That'd be nice, you know. But as you can see, again, this isn't that crazy gear, you know. And I'll show you. Watch. I'll show you how it kills, even without the Shaco and everything else. +3 war cries, spears, and you can see my AR goes up. What I do is I just come up here, kill Aldrich. Where are you guys going? Where's my guy? So then I do that, and I switch to these. Ooh, a Sacred Rondage. Hold on. Oh, shoot. Finally, he put the Might Aura on. So, I'll show you my Merc, by the way. My Merc gear is really nothing special to write home about. So I switched to the War Cries, so let's see here, now I have 50% chance. Oh god. Can you guys go away, please? You see how quickly the amp damage procs? And look, it's pretty fast attack speed, you know? And imagine if I was using like treachery or something, you know? I could be even faster. I could probably hit another breakpoint, you know? Let me see the Sacred Ronda. Okay. 4 socket, 41% enhanced damage. Too bad it's not all resist. But, oh well. But you can see, you know, it does pretty well for itself, you know. That sucks. And this is what I started. I started just coming here back and forth, and I started a Nightmare when I couldn't really do Hell mode. And now I can just get a little bit better gear. These guys are so annoying. The guys who throw ranged, because my resistances aren't that special. My fire is just a little bit above positive. Oh my gosh. A lot of guys here. So I gotta get to Shank and kill him, because then all these guys will die. I get that. So that's what I do. And let me tell you, I found a low rune right around here from one of these guys after I killed Shank, and they all fell over. And one of them dropped it. And I've been doing Pendle too, but I'm thinking about dropping Pendle. I'm not so sure he's worth it. I know he can drop a lot of good stuff, but I've seen people do just ridiculous amounts of runs with Pendle and not really find anything that notable. I just don't know. And he's kind of a pain, actually. Like, if you're doing Fist of the Heavens, it's probably easier. With me, it's not that it's hard, but he can be pretty annoying with his charging, and all those guys come up from wherever. So I'm not so sure he's worth it. It might be faster just to come here, kill Aldrich and Shank, and then leave and just kind of reset that process. But anyways, you know, I don't know what to say. This is a very fun build. If it's something you want to try out, you will have to probably leech. You will probably need help to level up until you get gear. So if you want to get the gear first, which is what I thought about doing, but ultimately, because I had friends to play with, I decided I could get away with it, and I did. So right now, this is my only leveled character.